that really stick.
Looking forward to it.
Today we're embarking on something pretty profound, actually, and often really misunderstood. It's the understanding of deities within Sanat Dharma.
Right. A huge topic.
Huge. And our mission really is to try and cut through some common misconceptions.
Yeah, there are quite a few of those.
Definitely. We want to explore the rich, deep philosophy behind the concept of the divine in Hinduism. We're drawing heavily today on insights from scholar Dina Naidu.
A very insightful source for this.
So, okay, let's unpack this a bit.
Yeah.
There's this widely held idea, but it's often, deeply flawed, that Sanatan Dharma's belief system is somehow, primitive. Or just simple polytheism.
You hear that a lot, primitive polytheism, yeah.
Exactly. And sadly, this view has often led to ridicule. And even, as Naidu points out in our reading, exploitation.
That's a really crucial point from the text.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What if that popular view just misses the entire point?
What if there's something much more sophisticated going on?
Precisely. A nuanced truth just waiting beneath the surface. So kicking things off, Dina Naidu really highlights this central challenge. For centuries, Hindus have faced ridicule, specifically for this belief system being misconstrued.
Right, this label of primitive polytheism.
And the text notes something quite concerning, that this misunderstanding has been, and I'm quoting here, exploited by some to convert Hindus to other faiths.
Yes, it mentions that specifically targeting those perhaps with limited knowledge of their own traditions.
Which feels quite predatory, actually. What do you think is really at the heart of this enduring mischaracterization?
Well, what's fascinating here is exactly that point. It's not just like a simple mistake in translation or something.
Yeah.
No, it feels like a profound philosophical divergence. It's become deeply ingrained, this misunderstanding, in many popular narratives about Hinduism.
So more than just getting the words wrong.
Oh, absolutely. It's about fundamentally different ways of seeing reality itself. And the source really emphasizes that these conversion attempts, they stem from a lack of understanding of Sanatan Dharma's profound philosophy.
Okay.
So if we don't look past these, superficial labels, we just miss the depth. We miss the richness.
Right.
It really forces us to ask, if it isn't just worshiping lots of separate gods, well, what is the true nature of the divine in this tradition?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the core philosophy, as Naidu explains it, it offers a remarkably elegant answer, I think.
It does.
The text clarifies that in Hinduism, these deities are absolutely not separate, independent gods.
That's the key distinction.
Instead, they're described as manifestations of the divine. So can you help us sort of get our heads around that? What does manifestations of the divine really mean here? Maybe an analogy could help.
Absolutely. It's a great question. The core idea is that each deity embodies specific aspects of the ultimate reality.
Okay, specific aspects.
Yeah, think of them as specialized expressions of the divine, each having distinct roles, distinct domains.
Right.
So imagine a single, brilliant white light. That's your ultimate reality. Let's call it Brahman.
Okay, one source.
One source. Now, you could view that light through different colored lenses, a red one, a blue one, a green one.
So here you're going.
Each lens brings out a specific quality, a specific aspect of that same light. It makes it perceivable in a particular way.
But it's all the same light underneath.
Exactly. It's all stemming from that single source.
So it's not different light bulbs, it's different ways of seeing the one light. I like that. Or maybe like a big company.
How so?
Well, there's one ultimate boss, the CEO, right? But you have all these specialized departments, finance, marketing, HR.
Okay.
Each with a distinct role, but they're all part of and working for that single company, that one ultimate reality.
That's actually a really good way to put it. You hit on a crucial point with those analogies. Because if we connect this to the bigger picture, that ultimate reality of Brahman isn't limited. It isn't confined to just one form or one expression.
It's too big for that.
In a way, yes. The philosophy explains that Brahman can be experienced and worshipped in various forms.
Right.
So each deity, it represents a unique aspect of the divine. And this allows devotees, people, to connect with the divine in a way that, resonates with their own personal experiences, their needs at that moment.
That makes sense. It feels very personal.
It is. And this approach is really quite profound because it acknowledges the sheer diversity of human experiences.
And the complexity of the divine itself.
And the multifaceted nature of the divine, exactly. It gets that different people, maybe at different points in their spiritual journey or facing different challenges, might find a deeper, more personal connection through one specific manifestation. Like focusing on that marketing department. If you need help with communication, maybe.
Perhaps. But without losing sight of the CEO, the ultimate reality.
Precisely. Without ever losing sight of that underlying singular reality. It's a remarkably inclusive framework.
Yeah.
And adaptable. It really puts the devotee's personal journey right at the center.
That inclusivity really resonates.
Yeah.
And, to make this less abstract, let's grab a concrete example from Naidu's work. Lord Ganesha.
Ganesha. Perfect example.
Such a prime illustration, right? He's revered as the remover of obstacles.
Yes, widely known for that.
People show devotion to him specifically for his power to eliminate challenges and hurdles. It helps devotees, navigate life's complexities more easily.
It's a very practical focus in some ways.
It almost sounds like spiritual project management, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like you've got a blocker, connect with the aspect of the divine that clears the path.
That's a modern take, but yes, there's a practical element of seeking help for specific needs.
And here's a timely detail from the source, which I thought was interesting. Notably, August 27th is a sacred day for Ganesha worship, where devotees perform special rituals to honor this revered deity. It's not just theory, right? It's a living tradition woven into the calendar.
Absolutely. A very apt modern analogy earlier. And yes, it is truly a living tradition. That detail about August 27th really underscores how these philosophical ideas are lived out day to day. And through this devotion, say to Ganesha, Hindus aren't worshiping some separate god, as the source makes clear.
Right, back to the main point.
Exactly. Rather, they acknowledge the omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient nature of the divine.
The big picture.
Which transcends the limitations of a single anthropomorphic god. The key is understanding that the remover of obstacles isn't some entity separate from ultimate reality.
Okay.
It's one specific, accessible, and, deeply resonant way to interact with and understand a particular attribute of that singular, all-encompassing divine.
So it makes the divine feel less distant, maybe.
Yeah.
More involved.
Precisely. It speaks to a divine that's not just abstract, but intimately involved in the fabric of existence, in human experience, offering specific qualities people can relate to, seek guidance from. It's quite a practical theology in its own way.
I can see that. Yeah, this expanded view, it really shifts the perspective, doesn't it?
It does.
It moves us way beyond that narrow polytheism label and encourages a much deeper appreciation for, the complexity of existence itself.
The mystery of it all.
Exactly. So when we look at the key aspects of Hindu deities that Naidu outlines, they seem to boil down to maybe three main things.
What are you thinking?
First, they are manifestations of the divine, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
Second, they possess unique attributes and roles like Ganesha, removing obstacles.
Got it.
And third, and this really stands out to me, they enable personal relationships with the divine.
Yes. That's critical.
That last point, the personal relationship. Can you maybe elaborate on that? How are those relationships fostered? What do they mean for someone practicing?
That's an excellent point to zero in on. That personal relationship aspect is absolutely crucial.
Why is that?
Because it speaks to the intimate, direct connection a devotee can actually cultivate. Because each deity represents a specific quality or domain.
Like the different lenses or departments.
Exactly. An individual can choose to focus their devotion, their attention on the manifestation that most resonates with them right now. Their needs, their temperament, maybe their spiritual stage.
So if you need wisdom, you might focus differently than if you need protection.
Precisely. Someone seeking knowledge might connect deeply with Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom. Someone seeking protection might turn towards Durga.
But it's not like picking teams, is it?
Not at all. It isn't about exclusive worship. It's about finding a deeply personal pathway to the universal source.
How does that connection happen? Through rituals?
Through prayer, yes, meditation, rituals, chanting, even through storytelling and hearing the myths and legends associated with that deity. Through all these things, devotees build a relationship. They experience that divine aspect's presence and guidance in their own lives.
So it makes it very real, very lived.
Exactly. It's this dynamic, personal engagement that stops the philosophy from being just, abstract theory. It makes it a lived experience. It's about finding your path to the divine, knowing all paths ultimately lead back to that same source.
That makes the whole framework feel incredibly accessible and robust, actually. And this depth this understanding, it leads us right to a crucial point the Source makes about mutual respect.
Yes, a very important conclusion.
It states quite clearly that it is essential for people of other faiths to recognize and respect the validity of this approach.
Acknowledging the diversity.
Acknowledging the rich diversity of spiritual traditions and the unique perspectives they offer. This raises an important question for all of us, really, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. This raises an important question. How do we actually do that? How can we foster greater understanding, greater tolerance, genuine appreciation even, for the different ways people experience spirituality?
Especially when traditions can look so different on the surface.
Exactly. When we take the time, like we're trying to do now, to truly understand traditions that differ from our own, like this nuanced view of deities and Sanatana Dharma, we open ourselves up. We open up to a much broader appreciation of the whole spectrum of human spirituality.
It broadens our own view.
It has to. And the Source concludes, by doing that, we can explore and learn from each other's traditions. And importantly, this enriches our own understanding of the divine and the human experience.
So it's not just about tolerance, it's about mutual enrichment.
That's the idea. Unity through diversity, not in spite of it. It suggests that by deeply understanding one tradition, even one very different from our own, we might actually find those universal threads, those shared human quests that connect us all.